Hey, and welcome back to a series of short videos that I like to call The 6 Types of Working Genius. Secrets Revealed. I am Will Graham, and I am a certified Working Genius facilitator. And today we're going to take a look at some of the most eye-popping and insightful sections in the assessment report. And you all know that this is where you start. There is a brief overview of the 6 types of working genius. It gives you just kind of the high level, what the geniuses are about, how everyone has 2 geniuses, 2 competencies, and 2 frustrations. Just explains that a little bit. And then on the very next page, you get your individual results. This gives you the breakdown of these are your 2 geniuses, these are your 2 competencies, and these are your 2 frustrations. Now, when you keep going past this page, you end up on this right here, which is your unique pairing. Yes, you're looking at my unique pairing. I'm an ID, an inventor discerner, which is also called the discriminating ideator. And this gives you information not just about your geniuses, but how the 2 geniuses you have work together, how they come out, what makes this uniquely you in the workplace. And we'll dive in a little bit and zoom into a little bit of the things that it says, and we'll just use mine as an example. So one of the things that it says in that it describes, that it dives into when it comes to your unique pairing, is what's true and what's good. If you look at this right here, it says people with this pairing get real energy and joy from using their intuition and instinctive ability to come up with new ideas from scratch, and they are good at using integrative thinking and pattern recognition rather than data and expertise. As a result, they are particularly effective in solving problems and coming up with workable, practical solutions with a particularly high level of success. I'll pat myself on the back there. So that's what's true and that's what's good. Now, this same descriptive area also talks about what it's like to be on the other side of someone who has this genius. This is the self-awareness question, right? What's it like to be on the other side of me? Here's what it says about the inventor discerner. They can sometimes appear impatient and overconfident when they receive pushback around their ideas, and they often lose interest after the initial phase of invention is over. Guilty. Now, in case you're wondering, what does this mean, like the initial phase of invention is over? Let's dive into another part of the working genius real quick, just as a refresher, and it is the 3 phases of work. Now, all 6 of the geniuses appear on this continuum, but each fall into a specific phase of work. So you can see here with ideation, you have the geniuses of wonder and invention that primarily thrive or do the most work in or should have the most input in this particular phase of work. Then you have activation. This is the phase where the discernment genius and the galvanizing genius really kind of take over. Whatever happens in the discernment phase really makes better what comes out of invention. And then galvanizing basically is able to take what comes out of that ID loop and push it through to implementation, which is where you find the geniuses of enablement and tenacity. Now, in case you're wondering how many different pairing options are there, and you might have to do some calculus or algebra in your head to figure this out. There are 6 types of working genius, and your geniuses come in 2s. Well, the simple answer is there are 15 pairing possibilities. And in the Working Genius Assessment Report that you get after you either take or give the assessment, there's an entire glossary for the genius pairings. This breaks it down with these are the geniuses that are combined, this is the specific name that they're given, and this is what is most known about this person. Hugely insightful stuff. Know your pairing, not just your geniuses. And if you think that your team, that your company, that your executive team or leadership team could most benefit from information like this, then I highly suggest a Working Genius live workshop. It's more than just a workshop. It really is a leadership team experience. You can give your people the gift of understanding their natural strengths and accelerate your organization's results. If you want to know more about the Working Genius half-day event, just go to geniusworkshop.live. There you'll find a menu of options. Choose the one that best fits your team and your company. Again, that is geniusworkshop.live.